With One Punch Man on the horizon, technically just a few more days until we get hands on the biggest piles of new games. January doesn't stop to amaze, as over 100 new games were released in the past week. That being said, here's over 20 new ones we picked you should definitely try on your Android and iOS mobiles. Let's go. Coming from the same team who brought Ace Racer, Lost Light, Lord of the Rings Mobile, bunch of other AAA games, Ordering Chaos is actually from the old team who came out with the original PC MMORPG with the same name. The new Guardians edition here is a team RPG game that features quite high quality 3D graphics, impressive character effects, some decent strategic battles as opposed to other games in its own kind, and some new racial factions. Check it out, this is an online game and about 2.5 gigabytes in total. Previously released in Japan, actually September last year. At number 2 we have Atelier Wrestleriana. I've mentioned this game before, now available globally since earlier today in English, with a heck of a lot of improvements in case you missed it. Guys, Wrestleriana is a turn-based RPG adventure coming from Koei Tecmo Official. The game features a storyline centered around 2 new protagonists on top of a new direction and formula. This game is about 3 gigabytes in total, initially 500, now on Android and iOS for free. Moving on to number 3, not a fan myself, but an almost 5 out of 5 rated casual RPG here. We've got Dreams the World. The game is a fixed clone off of both Pokemon and Digimon, except it's even more colorful and cuter in every conceivable way, almost. Play this one if you're craving some dope anime RPG. It's got a fairly decent multiplayer. You can take, tame, raise, do PvP, and eventually, hopefully, become a champion amongst other players. Good game, I'd give it an 8, because why not? I'm pretty sure if you're a mobile enthusiast over here, you've already come across at least this game's trailer. Or if you haven't, well, we've got here Ugly, which was in its pre-register for a couple months and now finally available globally on Android and iOS, except it's a pay game now. It's a $5, though fairly good price for an almost as good looking and smooth as the console game Blasphemous. It's an action puzzle platformer divine in looks and plays offline too. Thinking of picking an alternative for the old Goddess Sneaky y'all have gone insane for since last year. First of all, there's none, because that game's honestly the best thing I can think of in its own kind. But you can go ahead and try over here Giant Hunter. It's a, as you can tell, anime-made strategic shooter where you can customize your chick and fight off stupid mannequins that walk like nurses from Silent Hills. Free game, about 200 megabytes in total. So, Strike Wing, or Raptor, has been out on the Play Store for months, if not maybe even years, I don't know, and it's available globally and finally offline. It's a space shooter or shooting game. I don't know why it's in the list. I guess if you're looking to go and shoot innocent folks that are minding their own business in space, because you can't ever make it there, it's quite therapeutic getting off with this one. Play it. With over 10,000 downloads since yesterday, 4.9 out of 5 rated game. At number 7, we have Battle Tamer, which is actually a whole year since it's been released. It's a strategic tactics that was first released over a year ago in Europe, and now available with a new patch, overhaul gameplay, and globally available. Like I said, even if desired, playable offline. Now, this thing is a mix of both auto chess and a tower defense strategy with RPG elements. It's a free game and about 200 megabytes in total. With a 4.7 and just 100 downloads since yesterday. Possible unrated gem we're looking at over here. I mean, you'd be the one to judge. Bori's Spooky Tales is actually, despite the looks, it's an idle RPG with auto plays and auto battles if desired. I mean, it's a pretty well made and optimized game so far. You'll highly likely fall in love with if you've ever had a good minute playing a Naruto mobile game or anime. Because it looks like that. It has boss rushes, boss raids, gears, loots, and a very rewarding gameplay on the top as well. Coming as this developer's first work over here, we've got a new cyberpunk-style roguelike hack and slasher, also a shooter going by the name Droid Gunner actually. No specifications with this one except the game's slick is a Super Meat Boy, in which your job is as a droid to enter an out-of-order city and take over control by eliminating these things. But it's a huge game in replay actually, many different guns and characters to choose from. One problem, it's playable online only, and the other problem is it's about 1 GB in total. Play it. That being said, at number 10, we've got a platform hack and slasher here. Some of you are already familiar with since last year, going by Shadow of Death. Now the reason it's in the list here, because it's actually the premium version of it with no ads, which has gone for free. And only for a few more days. Pick this hidden gem right now. If you don't, I will. It's a $4 game, which is free at the moment. Rated a 4.8 out of 5, almost 500,000 downloads. It's a bigger game even as opposed to the previous one. We've got here Shadow Slayer, or commonly known as the Demon Hunter. This game is also an action RPG Souls-like platformer, a $5 mobile game that's sitting on the Play Store for free for another 4 days. I get it for your Android if you're looking for a brutal platformer. And if that's not to your liking, and there's nothing to worry, here's a tactical action RPG inspired by Diablo games and idle RPGs. I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the late Dragonair game. It's basically that, but this one plays offline and it's a paid game, and you can pick it up for free.
Pizzas rise from the grave. Welcome to Hunting Hollow, where the dead don't rest and the pizzas take flight. Unlock 10 bewitched pets awaiting to join your eerie adventures. Dare to face the daily challenges and slice your way closer to mastering the spooky slice events. And beware, vending machines offer delightful treats, but remember, in this realm, every choice is a trick or a treat. Pizza Hero Spooky Slice, available now with